combination of errors. When we do an experiment and measure various physical quantities associated with the experiment, we must know how the errors from individual measurement combine to give errors in the final result. For example, in the measurement of the resistance of a conductor using Ohm's law, there will be an error in the measurement of potential difference and that of current. It is important to study how these errors combine to give the error in the measurement of resistance. A. Errors in sum and in difference. Suppose two physical quantities, A and B, have measured values A plus minus delta A and B plus minus delta B respectively, where delta A and delta B are their mean absolute errors. We wish to find the absolute error delta Z in their sum. Z is equal to A plus B. Z plus minus delta Z is equal to A plus minus delta A plus B plus minus delta B, which equals A plus B plus minus delta A plus minus delta B plus minus delta Z is equal to plus minus delta A plus minus delta B. For difference, that is, if Z is equal to A minus B, Z plus minus delta Z is equal to A plus minus delta A minus B plus minus delta B, which equals A minus B plus minus delta A plus minus delta B plus minus delta Z is equal to plus minus delta A plus minus delta B. There are four possible values for delta Z, namely plus delta A minus delta B, plus delta A plus delta B, minus delta A minus delta B, and minus delta A plus delta B. Hence, maximum value of absolute error is delta Z is equal to delta A plus delta B in both the cases. When two quantities are added or subtracted, the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the absolute errors in the individual quantities. B. Errors in product and in division. Suppose Z is equal to AB and measured values of A and B are A plus minus delta A and B plus minus delta B, then Z plus minus delta Z is equal to A plus minus delta A into B plus minus delta B, which equals AB plus minus A delta B plus minus B delta A plus minus delta A delta B. Now, dividing left-hand side by Z and right-hand side by AB, we get 1 plus minus delta Z upon Z is equal to 1 plus minus delta B upon B plus minus delta A upon A plus minus delta A upon A into delta B upon B. Since delta A upon A and delta B upon B are very small, we need to neglect their product. Hence, maximum relative error in Z is delta Z upon Z is equal to delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. Let this be equation 7. This formula also applies to the division of two quantities. Thus, when two quantities are multiplied or divided, the maximum relative error in the result is the sum of relative errors in each quantity. C. Errors due to power, index of measured quantity. Suppose Z is equal to A raised to 3 is equal to A into A into A. Delta Z upon Z is equal to delta A upon A plus delta A upon A plus delta A upon A. From the multiplication rule above, hence, the relative error in Z is equal to A raised to 3 is 3 times the relative error in A. So if Z is equal to A raised to N, delta Z upon Z is equal to N into delta A upon A. Let this be equation 8. In general, if Z is equal to A raised to P into B raised to Q upon C raised to R, delta Z upon Z is equal to P into delta A upon A plus Q into delta B upon B plus R into delta C upon C. Let this be equation 9. The quantity in the formula which has large power is responsible for maximum error.
Example 1.6. In an experiment to determine the volume of an object, mass and density are recorded as m is equal to 5 plus or minus 0.15 kilogram and rho is equal to 5 plus or minus 0.2 kilogram per m cube respectively. Calculate percentage error in the measurement of volume. Solution. We know density is equal to mass upon volume. Therefore, volume is equal to mass upon density, which is equal to m upon rho. Percentage error in volume is equal to delta m upon m plus delta rho upon rho multiplied by 100, which is equal to 0.15 upon 5 plus 0.2 upon 5 the whole multiplied by 100, which is equal to 0.03 plus 0.04 the whole multiplied by 100, which is equal to 0.07 multiplied by 100 is equal to 7%. Example 1.7. The acceleration due to gravity is determined by using a simple pendulum of length L is equal to 100 plus or minus 0.1 centimeters. If its time period is t is equal to 2 plus or minus 0.01 second, find the maximum percentage error in the measurement of g. Solution. The time period of oscillation of a simple pendulum is given by t is equal to 2 pi multiplied by under root of L upon g. Squaring both sides, t square is equal to 4 pi square L upon g. Therefore, g is equal to 4 pi square multiplied by L upon t square. Now, delta L is equal to 0.1. L is equal to 100 centimeters. Delta t is equal to 0.01 seconds. T is equal to 2 seconds. Percentage error is equal to delta g multiplied by 100 the whole upon g, which is equal to delta L upon L plus 2 delta t upon t the whole multiplied by 100, which is equal to 0.1 upon 100 plus 2 multiplied by 0.01 the whole upon 2 multiplied by 100, which is equal to 0.001 plus 0.01 the whole multiplied by 100 is equal to 1.1. Percentage error in measurement of g is 1.1%.
significant figures. In the previous sections, we have studied various types of errors, their origins, and the ways to minimize them. Our accuracy is limited to the least count of the instrument used during the measurement. Least count is the smallest measurement that can be made using the given instrument. For example, with the usual meter scale, one can measure 0.1 centimeter as the least value. Hence, its least count is 0.1 centimeter. Suppose we measure the length of a metal rod using a meter scale of least count 0.1 centimeter. The measurement is done 3 times and the readings are 15.4, 15.4 and 15.5 centimeter. The most probable length, which is the arithmetic mean as per our earlier discussion, is 15.43. Out of this, we are certain about the digits 1 and 5, but are not certain about the last 2 digits because of the least count limitation. The number of digits in a measurement about which we are certain, plus 1 additional digit, the first one about which we are not certain, is known as significant figures or significant digits. Thus, in above example, we have 3 significant digits, 1, 5 and 4. The larger the number of significant figures obtained in a measurement, the greater is the accuracy of the measurement. If one uses the instrument of smaller least count, the number of significant digits increases. Rules for determining significant figures. 1. All the non-zero digits are significant. For example, if the volume of an object is 178.43 centimeter cube, there are 5 significant digits which are 1, 7, 8, 4 and 3. 2. All the zeros between 2 non-zero digits are significant. Example, m is equal to 165.02 gram has 5 significant digits. 3. If the number is less than 1, the 0 or zeros on the right of the decimal point and to the left of the first non-zero digit are not significant. Example, in 0.001405, the underlined zeros are not significant. Thus, the above number has 4 significant digits. 4. The zeros on the right-hand side of the last non-zero number are significant, but for this, the number must be written with a decimal point. Example, 1.500 or 0.01500 have both 4 significant figures each. On the contrary, if a measurement yields length L given as L is equal to 125 meter is equal to 12,500 centimeter is equal to 1,25,000 millimeter, it has only 3 significant digits. To avoid the ambiguities in determining the number of significant figures, it is necessary to report every measurement in scientific notation, that is, in powers of 10. That is, by using the concept of order of magnitude. The magnitude of any physical quantity can be expressed as A into 10 raised to n, where A is a number such that 0.5 is less than or equal to A, which is less than 5, and n is an integer called the order of magnitude. First, radius of Earth is equal to 6,400 kilometer, which is equal to 0.64 into 10 raised to 7 meter. The order of magnitude is 7 and the number of significant figures are 2. Second, magnitude of the charge on electron E is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Here, the order of magnitude is minus 19 and the number of significant digits are 2.
Definitions of SI units. Till May 20, 2019, the kilogram did not have a definition. It was mass of the prototype cylinder kept under controlled conditions of temperature and pressure at the SI Museum at Paris. A rigorous and meticulous experimentation has shown that the mass of the standard prototype for the kilogram has changed in the course of time. This shows the acute necessity for standardization of units. The new definitions aim to improve the SI without changing the size of any units, thus ensuring continuity with existing measurements. In November 2018, the 26th General Conference on Weights and Measures (CGPM) unanimously approved these changes, which the International Committee for Weights and Measures (CIPM) had proposed earlier that year. These definitions came in force from 20th of May 2019. 1. As per new SI units, each of the 7 fundamental units, meter, kilogram, etc., uses one of the following 7 constants, which are proposed to be having exact values as given below. The Planck constant H is equal to 6.62607015 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. Joule second or kilogram meter square per second. The elementary charge E is equal to 1.602176634 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, C or AS. The Boltzmann constant K is equal to 1.380649 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 23 joule per Kelvin. Joule per Kelvin or kilogram meter square per second square per Kelvin. The Avogadro constant number Na is equal to 6.02214076 multiplied by 10 raised to 23 reciprocal mole inverse. The speed of light in vacuum C is equal to 299792458 meter per second. The ground state hyperfine structure transition frequency of Ca-133 atom VCS is equal to 9192631770 Hz or per second. The luminous efficacy of monochromatic radiation of frequency 540 multiplied by 10 raised to 12 Hz KCD is equal to 683 lumen per watt 1 meter per watt, which is equal to 683 CD. SR is cube kg raised to minus 1 m raised to minus 2, where SR is steradian, the SI unit of solid angle. 2. Definitions of the unit second and mole are based only upon their respective constants. For example, A. The second uses ground state hyperfine structure transition frequency of Ca-133 atom to be exactly 9192631770 Hz. Thus, the second is defined as 9192631770 periods of that transition. B. The mole uses Avogadro's number to be N is equal to 6.022140076 multiplied by 10 raised to 23. Thus, 1 mole is that amount of substance which contains exactly 6.022140076 multiplied by 10 raised to 23 molecules. 3. definitions of all the other fundamental units use one constant each and at least one other fundamental unit. For example, the meter makes use of speed of light in vacuum as a constant and second as fundamental unit. Thus, meter is defined as the distance travelled by the light in vacuum in exactly 1 upon 299,792,458 second. 4. The figures show the dependency of various units upon their respective constants and other units, wherever used. The arrows arriving at that unit refer to the constant and the fundamental unit or units wherever used for defining that unit. The arrows going away from a unit indicate other units which use this unit for their definition. For example, as described above, in figure A1, the arrows directed to meter are from second and C. The arrows going away from the meter indicate that the meter is used in defining the kilogram, the candela and the Kelvin. 2. The newly defined unit kilogram uses Planck constant, the meter and the second, while the kilogram itself is used in defining the Kelvin and the candela. This definition relates the kilogram to the equivalent mass of the energy of a photon given its frequency via the Planck constant. Figure A refers to new definitions while the figure B refers to the corresponding definitions before 20th of May 2019. Interested students may compare them to know which definitions are modified and how.
Subscribe to my channel. Click on bell icon to get notification about new video.